Like you used to tell me Bruce Lee did
hash
because of that when he was lifting weights.
And releases inflammation, they say. That's what THC does also. A little bit of inflammation. A lot of people don't know that. You know, there's so many things it does. You know, I know Betsy Ross made the fucking flag, Joey. But don't give a fuck. It's 2015. Unless that flag's inedible, nobody gives a fuck about Betsy Ross no more. It's true. Who gives a fuck about Betsy Ross? People walk around talking about Betsy Ross.
Someone needs to make a 4th of July edible flag for you. You guys,
they're gonna do it right now. Watch. They're gonna do a red, white, and blue star for you, Lee. When did the Star of Death come into thought? Because I know you motherfuckers didn't make it to kill people, but you still needed a flagship product.
The Star of Death came into thought about 2 years ago, Joey, where we knew that this is where the industry was going, that we were going to have a real flagship item besides, you know, what we already had. And I'm glad you mentioned about the calorie count, because that had a lot to do with the formulation of this product too, because we knew we were going to have to make something strong that didn't have a lot of calories in it, and that we could, you know, give the people a good amount of product for their money. And basically about 2 years ago, we started formulating this, and it took a good year of really just throwing stuff away. We literally got them on the market about a year ago, but only about 8 to 9, maybe 10 months ago, we really got them to where they're at today. And it's taken, you know, this long a time to get them to where they're at now. And we got you to thank for a lot of it, to be dead honest with you.
Well, it's crazy because I like, you know, we were talking about earlier when you guys got here, we were talking about Jason Lee from NBC, from My Name is Earl, and we're talking about Queen Latifah, how I judged them by how they treated me after I worked with them, you know. Lee and I eat tons of edibles on this TV show. And, you know, it's not that we leave here, then we come back the next thing, oh my God, we got so fucked up. No, the cameras and our voices let people know they're getting fucked up. These two guys are real, or Joey and Lee again, you know, whatever. What the fuck was I talking about here?
You were talking about Jason
edibles.
Lee.
And it's the same thing with edibles, you know. You guys reached out to me and said thank you. You were very sincere about it. You know, I like the term people work from strength. If you have a good product, you can sleep at night. If you have a good product, you have no reason to reach out. You know, I've eaten bang bars on here. They've never said thank you or, hey, man, thank you for mentioning the podcast. You guys turned around and wanted to meet the next day and, you know, brought burying 200 fucking stars. This is going to keep Lee busy till July. Well, gee, Lee, I might just give you that bag.
Show them bag.
And you could just walk to fucking Boston.
Usually the bag comes with 3.
Yeah,
that's about 3,000.
You ready for your second star of the day? You're okay, Lee. We got to go out tonight. We got things to do.
Oh, am I coming with you?
No, I'm gonna leave you at home like an orphan and tell you to go fuck yourself. Yeah, you come with me. You're my Goomba. Where you gonna go? You gonna stay at home and do what?
Well, with this, I'm gonna watch a lot of something.
Come out, hang up a good time. You might eat a piece of cheese. You guys reached out, and that shows me that where your heart is at, and you have a great product. And we talk about it here, you know. I'm very fortunate you guys brought us presents and stuff. We'll talk about, you know, if something's good, I'm gonna let motherfuckers fucking know, you know. And I went to Indianapolis and I gave a friend of mine some hard candies, and he was fucked up. We were fucked up. All of us were fucked up, you know. And listen, the proof is in the pudding. And again, that little hard candy, how many calories is in that?
The hard candy probably has maybe 35 calories in it.
Yeah, again, you could eat one of those and zoom, because they're 25 real pound-for-pound milligrams, like the ones I used to give Lee in the beginning. Then you got discontinued the Star of Death. How do you determine milligrams? I'm sure everybody at home, give me the whole breakdown on what goes in from A to Z.
The milligrams, basically, the breakdown, Joey's, in candy, basically concentrates are used, and in baked goods, butter's used. So basically what we have to do is we have to get a gauge on what the test results are on each separate one. So we'll test our concentrates, which is our wax or hash oil or, you know, whatever it is we're using for that particular run. Okay, normally our runs will consist of about 3 months, to where we'll use the same stuff for about 3-month period, and we'll go ahead and get that tested. Okay, and then when the test results come back, We have to gauge the test results and then adjust the amount of medicine that goes into each product per those test results. Basically, with the butter, we'll get a pound of butter tested, and then whatever it tests out to, we'll adjust down what we have to do as far as putting that into our baked goods. But it's basically just a lot of math, and makes me wish I would have paid more attention in science class when I was younger.
Now, the butter, how is the butter made? This is a recipe you guys have.
We make our, I'm not going to give too much away,
No.
but I'll let you know this much. We do make our butter with crock pots. Our butter is made with crock pots. We find that method to be less time consuming. And when we do what we do, it's all about time. I mean, we're up against it all the time for days of the week, if you know what I mean. There isn't enough of them.
Now, do you grow your own weed?
We work with a network of growers. We have about 10 to 15 growers at any given time that we're working with all of the time. Like I told you earlier, they basically talked me out of growing when I first started in this. And I'll be honest with you, again, I'm kind of glad that they did, because the margins for growers have dropped tremendously
yeah.
in the last 5 years. I mean, the poor guys have taken a 40-50% hit on what they do.
Well, there's weed everywhere now.
There is.
There's weed. There's medical marijuana stores everywhere. They slowed down a little bit up in North Hollywood and Studio City. If I don't go to Sunset and Herbal, I don't know where the other one is around, close by. Maybe somewhere on Burbank Boulevard or somewhere on Magnolia. But I don't really know where they're at around. Where they used to be 4 of them. There was one across the street from Sunset Herbal, the one next to the Bank of America, and then there was Santana on Magnolia Boulevard, next to that fucking place where everybody stands online for breakfast. Egg. You know what place I'm talking about. I'm sure you've been there. Eat. Whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
There, that closed down. The guys next to the Ha-Ha up the corner, they closed down. They moved to Canoga Park because they were too close to the church. And the Christians across the street from Sunset Herbal, they fucking moved out. So they took up in the market.
Yeah, they're actually doing it very quietly too. They're doing it through letters and through basically threatening fines. But
And landlords and evictions.
Exactly. But it's changed a lot, Joey. It's changed a lot. To be honest with you, when we first started doing this, I wouldn't be sitting here with you doing this.
Going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.